Testing 1, 2. Alright, hopefully that's loud enough. Figured I would actually record a video of some of the stuff that I have been playing with the past couple days, now that I have an HTC Vive Pre. I've been working on some virtual objects, in my case, guns, because I'm a bit of a gun nerd. First one here is a break-open shotgun. You can grab the foregrip to close it, use the touchpad on the controller to break it open. It's loaded manually. The way this one works basically is that there's a trigger inside the barrel that detects the shell. Basically, if I release the shell here, it'll just fall to the ground. But if I release the shell ever so slightly inside the barrel, it just automatically snaps to. It's not perfect, but it's, it was the first attempt at doing this. I like the way the handgun works better. I'll show in a moment. The shotgun can either be closed by grabbing the foregrip and pulling it up, or because this is a PhysX spring, come on, there we go. It can be clipped up, or it can actually be pressed against the table. So much fun. The shells can be pulled out. You'll actually see this is a spent shell compared to, say, the unnecessarily high poly front. This, by the way, in case you want to know the thickness, there's no normal map on that. That's actually Geo. Yeah, all of these two objects have been modeled a little differently. I'm personally curious about how much geo detail actually matters with VR objects. I think this is probably, if I pull it up to here, we still can't really see the poly lines on curved surfaces, but this is probably a little higher poly than it needs to be. I think it's about 12,000 tries or so. The handgun's about 4,000, but this was done in that like Nerf, chunky, hard-edged kind of look. Anywho, moving on, we have the handgun, which has a second interaction point, which is the slide. I can grab it and pull it back. Because there's no magazine in it, it actually locks back. So I can grab a magazine. This is probably how I'm going to end up making the shotgun shell work, which is basically there's a trigger at the tip of the magazine and a trigger on the inside of the magazine well, and as soon as it's detected while we're holding it, it then goes into this mode. You can see here how even though my hand's far away from it, it slides linearly. Basically what it's doing is it's picking the closest point along a line and snapping the magazine to it, so that way it's much easier to slide it in and it doesn't just warp up to being inside, but doesn't have some of the difficulties. Like if I just drop this, let's see if I can. If I just drop this into here, it gets, you can see it's sort of clipping through the handle. It's a little glitchy. So just relying on physics to load something like this doesn't really work. The tolerances on the colliders are a little janky, so you do have to fake it. And then with the touchpad, we hit the slide release and actually try to hit something. There we go. You can see it's ejecting brass, which we can catch. Whee! And now that it's empty, the slide locks back. We can pop that magazine out. I actually have several unfired cartridges sitting on the table that can be loaded in. And what's cool is that this is actually when this slides forward. Oops. Hopefully that didn't break the recording. It actually chambers around, and I can actually drop the magazine out of the gun here, and if we carefully pull this back, we can see the round is chambered in there, and I can say pop a whole nother magazine into it. magazine out, we'll fire the last cartridge, and lock back. So yeah, that's what I've been playing with so far. Still dealing with a couple unusual pieces of behavior. Of note, because these are all physical objects, they're not being parented to the controller, they're being sort of moved with it. So you can see an object actually stops it. One of the ramifications of this is that while the pistol sort of sticks with the hand really, really well, because the shotgun has an actual physics joint and the fore of it is also a rigid body, you'll see that it sort of wiggles around. And this is even after making the foregrip rigid body a tenth of the mass as the handle one. So I'm going to keep playing around with that and see if I can get slightly less wibbly behavior, because this does feel a little strange, but it's the best I've gotten it so far. So yeah, but hopefully as I get a few of these things a little more reliable, I'm going to be working towards a publicly releasable demo. So hopefully you guys will play with this soon. I'm going to have a Vive. See you later.